Chelsea Mills. I would like a word with the late husband there in the Summerlands, John. She misses him terribly, and it's horrible, isn't it? But fear not, there are ways of communicating, and we're going to communicate with these mediumship cards here. Often they're called conversation cards. And all we simply do is, when we shuffle them, Spirit is thought to manipulate them. In this particular case, John's Spirit. And we just shuffle the cards. We just simply ask, Spirit of John, we ask for your presence. Commune with us, John, through these cards and move among us. Spirit of John, we ask for your presence. Commune with us, John, through these cards and move among us. Spirit of John, we ask for your presence. Commune with us, John, through these cards and move among us. Blessed be to John and your divine presence. And we just cut the deck there, and where the deck splits is where John is thought to have left his message. Each card has a pre-written sentence or phrase on it, and it's thought that maybe it's word for word, but usually it's the sort of thing that's been conveyed, really. And Spirit uses these cards a bit like how we use a phrase book when we go abroad. It's a similar sort of thing. I just want to thank you, John, for joining us. I want to thank you tonight. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for your presence. I want to thank you for your love. I want to thank you for your time. And cheers there. Cheers to you there, John. I'll just deal some cards here. I normally do 3, whatever normal is. There's a setting on the washing machine, I think, if you can afford running to these days. But laughing and joking apart there, I normally do 3 cards, beginning, middle and end of message. And the first card there will be the first thing John wants to say, won't it? Let's just see what we've got here. Oh, he's just saying, I see all of your thoughts. I see all of your thoughts. That's nice, isn't it? Because I suppose really, literally all you've got to do is think about me, and I'm there. And because it is the mind that sees and hears, isn't it? Your eyes don't see, they're just lenses, aren't they? Or your ears don't actually hear anything, they just pick up the stimuli from the environment. And then your mind, it's the mind that actually sees and hears. And in this particular case, it's the mind that communicates the Spirit. And he's just saying there that I see all of your thoughts. You can't get closer than that, really. Just think about me, which I'm sure you do, and you say you miss me terribly and whatever. But I'm sort of again, he's sort of saying that. But all you've got to do is, by those thoughts and thinking about me, we're there. Sometimes things are that simple. We tend to just pass it. We have to find a technicality in everything, and there isn't. It's simplicity, really. What else does John want to say? Life is a series of choices. Choose love. It's no use blaming yourself or blaming others. What's happened has happened. I'm sort of going as though maybe there might have been a family rift or something like that, or somebody that, well, you can't say sorry now because he's gone. That sort of thing. But choose love. What would have happened if you had said sorry and made up for it, or made amends or whatever, and we were in a situation where we've just said sorry? We'd be in the same situation as we are now, in that sense. Just choose love. and I suppose that's all you can do. Just think it, meditate, communicate with me, or whatever, and ask them maybe to communicate and pray to me. Just John sort of saying, pray to me, like we do when you do. I always think of telepathy when you're talking to the living or praying to the living. You pray to that person. That's effectively how I always perceive telepathy. And this is a similar sort of telepathy, but it's just done with the other dimension, isn't it? It's the same thing. We're just communicating in a different way, but just thinking about me and that. Just think, let's just see what this third thing he wants to say here. He's just saying the earth is our school. In other words, we live and learn, shit happens, I suppose, which it does. And these things just happen, and it's just hard luck, and we just have to move on from it. When we do say sorry, or when we make up for it, or when we make amends, it's as if it hadn't happened before. It's that, in a similar sort of situation to how it was before it happened. So if we're going to be there anyway, eventually, then just teach a lesson learned. I'm just sort of saying, he's earned it, John. It's just so cheers there, mate, my matey. Good luck to you, and good health to you there, John. And it might never happen, mightn't it, really? So all you can really just say, really, is, we live and learn. Let us move on from it. There's nothing we can do. We can't undo it, or we can't unhappen it. But nevertheless, it's something that happened. It isn't happening now. That's what I'm sort of sensing from that. As if he's sort of saying it isn't happening now, and that's all that matters. I want to pull another card. It's not your fault. It's nice to blame others or whatever, but when you start blaming yourself, when there's nobody else you can find to blame, we're in a bit of a pickle, aren't we? But it's not your fault. That maybe they don't want to kiss and make up, or they don't want to make amends, or they don't want to just come round and just, whatever. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know. But I'll just have another one here. Just one more here, and then I think we'll give it a rest a bit there, John. I'm learning over here, and I want you to learn over there. As he's saying, I'm learning over here, and I want you to learn over there as well. It's a series of choices. Choose love, life's lessons. Shit happens. What else can you do? And if by making amends everything's all right, like it was before, it wasn't all right, then you may as well just say, well, yeah, it's just how it is, and we just got to. Well, why I'm thinking along this line, I don't know, but it's like as if John's just saying, just. I know you miss me, and I know maybe you miss having somebody to support you or talk to you, or have even just somebody to talk to even. I think I'm sort of sensing like he probably enjoyed it when you shouted at him, when you come in from a bad day or something and took it out on him or something, and I heard that with me like mother. I always miss the arguments. I know it's a stupid thing, but I do. That's the only part I do miss really. The bloody arguments, just love them. But that's just how it is, because nobody actually wins, and nobody, and it's like with you and John, as if it was that sort of thing. It was a moan about politics, or about the way you wear your hair, or the clothes, or whatever it is you're moaning about, and it's not taken serious. Nobody's better at the end of it. Life is a series of choices. Choose love, and I'm sort of going as though something's happened somewhere, and why can't you just do what John did, and just let it go? And because life's too short. But really, nobody ever dies, do they? I want to thank you, John, for that. Maybe that could be a lesson for all of us, really, to some degree. I just want to we'll just gather up John's message there, and I'll just place it just there, and then, and I just want to say that love is the law. Remember, life is a series of choices. Choose love. Love is the law. Love is the bond. Marry did we meet, marry do we part. And until next time, John, merry may we meet again. Take care, and we just place the rest of the deck on top of John's message, as if to lay John back to rest until maybe next time we can have a moan. Take care, John. We'll see you again. But until then, blessed be to John and all absent friends.